Good morning. So today I am trying to do an honest to God real DIY. I'm talking last minute inspiration, very little planning, ideas still being formulated in the head. I don't know where it's going to end up. I haven't tried any of these techniques really, and we're just going with the flow. It's been a while since I've done something like this, so this will either come out really cool or such a huge mess. Stay tuned to see how it comes. Let me hit you with a concept. So the idea is to do this hoodie. It's for Black History Month, inspired by Black History. So I want to create this hoodie. Well, the hoodie's already created. I'm using a blank. See, DIY, very little garment sewing. But I want to applique the word unity, U-N-I-T-Y, Queen Latifah song. I want to applique that onto the hoodie, and then I think I'm gonna do some photo transferring here. For the applique, I haven't decided which to use. At first, I was going to use this satin, but then I remembered I had this leather, this faux leather in my inventory stash. So I'm still deciding. I'm honestly probably going to use the faux leather because of the significance of the leather jacket with the Black Panthers. So it might, so it might be this on this, but we'll see, because this black actually goes back better to that. It honestly may be just me cutting it out in both and seeing what lays out better. Yay, more work. Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Delaya from thedelayab.com, and I'm a fashion designer creating sewing videos and sewing tutorials and all that jazz. Like I said in the intro, today we are doing a real true DIY. I mean, it was a last minute idea and we're just seeing how it comes out. Okay, so I've done the mock-up or the first printout test, and I don't know which way I want to go. So at first I wanted to do the monochromatic, just the words with the black and let that be it. But then I started playing around with photos and doing like a collage thing. And the collage was supposed to be black and white, but then the pictures from today I let stay color, and I don't think I like that. So just let me show you what it is. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So it's just a rough printout. This would be the transfer paper, and so I'd iron it on, but it is too big, so it comes past the hoodie. So I wanted it to stop in the pocket. I wanted it to stop in the pocket, and the pocket would cover some of it, but this is way too long, so I gotta reduce the amount of pictures or reduce the scale, the size, or something. So just before the edit. So it's just a bunch of Black women, some political figures within civil rights, Black Lives Matter, Black Panthers, and then the UNITY is from Queen Latifah's song. So this is what I'm trying to do, and I'm just laying it out, figuring it out. Right now I'm thinking of just doing a black overlay to even darken this, because I really wanted it tonal. I think it's pronouncing too much. I want it dark. So I gotta go back to the computer, figure it out. So I worked out the images and the pictures, and I decided to go black and white completely. So now I'm transferring the photo to a test piece of fabric. I printed the photo out on transfer paper. There's two types of transfer paper. One of them is for light colors and the other is for dark colors. I bought the one for dark colors because I am printing it on black. I like to do tests first to work out any problems that may come up. That way you can troubleshoot them before they actually happen. And it's a good thing I did, because this happened. So I was supposed to peel this off before I ironed it, and I didn't. So I would do tests. All right, let me print it again. Okay. So there we have the print. So the white comes off a bit, which is something I was worried about for another part of the graphic, but I guess we won't do that part. All right. So I guess I just have to be careful laying it next to each other, huh? After working out the kinks and actually reading the directions, I printed out the artwork or the photos and I cut around them with an X-Acto knife. I think X-Acto knives are better because they have a more pristine cut than if you were to open and close your scissors. I'd also recommend using a metal ruler because X-Acto knives can cut plastic rulers. This part was one of the hard parts, or the most tedious parts. I had to try and line up the placement and make it even across the body, but also line up the pieces with each other. So it took maybe a good 20 minutes to figure this part out. I would say after doing it, I'd probably try and overlap the pieces like just a little bit, just a hair, because the print did have a gap in it afterwards. So that would just be an improvement for next time. Okay, so this is what it looks like, but after all of that measuring, we'll say about 20 minutes of the measuring and then the ironing, somehow it is still not centered, and I don't know why. I think the blank was defective. Is it defective? Defective. So it's not even. I think like the pocket and stuff are not even on the blank. So there's that. So, I mean, it looks good. I think me moving it, I forgot about the neck placement, and I think it's too high. Yeah, this is supposed to be 3 inches. So I'm up an inch too high. I'm up 1.5 inches too high. So it's supposed to be like down there somewhere, but it is what it is. It's on here. So my Unity will just cross over this more than I would have liked it to. But we're in here. So I am going to test doing the leather applique before I put it on the actual hoodie. So I'm using the sample I did of the photo transfer, and then I cut out little strips. So I'm gonna test the zigzag on these, like how tight I can make it. And then after I figure that out, I'm gonna do like an actual letter, because the curves are what I'm worried about, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna like just test out the stitching first and iron on, see how that goes, because it has the adhesive on the back. So this is pretty exciting. Okay, so this was the first one I did. You can still see the open stitches, but this was on the setting. Sorry, everything's dusty, I don't care. So, ooh, that's really bad on camera. Yikes. It's also old. I think it's like stained dust. Whatever. So the setting is on the largest zigzag I can do, which is 5. And this one was set to 1. So 1 and 5 for the zigzag. That one still gave me space in between. This one, which is basically like the actual embroidery, I did on setting F. It doesn't tear the fabric, like, because it is a faux leather. It doesn't tear it, but I am concerned about the white that peeks through from the adhesive. I think that's from the adhesive. I am concerned about that. Like, I don't want it to look tacky. But, like, for real, this is dope. I'm thinking I want to go towards this, because if this messes up, this looks really bad. The U is the more concerning one. And I'm going to try and change the foot. I'm going to see if that helps glide it through. When I was doing that stitch on this one, it kind of got stuck. That's where it got wonky here, but I was also like on the edge of the fabric too. So I'm going to see if that helps and does any different. Okay, so this is the test after both of them. This is side setting 1, and this one is the side with setting F. This one is more embroidery-like, but it does show mistakes more. Like if I were to jump off the straight line, like you would get that, and I don't like that. So I think we're gonna go with setting 1 just for neatness. And I already knew this curve was gonna be a problem, so I have to watch out for that. It was hard to see, actually. like the curve, because I'm using the center of the presser foot, as a guide, and I'm using like this line lines up with the edge of the leather, so I'm using it as a guide. But as I was turning, it was hard to see, so I couldn't like gauge that accurately. Not to mention curves are hard to do. Yeah, I think I'm going to start adhering these to the hoodie. I lied. First I have to cut everything out. Cut everything out in the leather, and then adhere it to the hoodie, and then sew it. For the leather applique pieces, I did iron on a double-sided adhesive stabilizer thing. I don't know, I'll link to it in the description. But what it is the adhesive will stick to one side, which is the letter, and then you iron it on to the surface, which is the hoodie. So it'll help keep the letters in place while I sew, so I don't have to worry about anything shifting, and I don't have to pin anything down, because once you pin leather, like, the hole is there. So this is where I started to get geeked. Like, after the first letter, like, how dope is that? Like, for real. So from there I was excited to finish. Didn't realize how much more work I had to do though. On the back, I was concerned about the heat from the iron messing up the front or doing something to alter the transfer on the front. So I put just a piece of fabric in the middle to, you know, keep that from happening and be a little safe. So she's coming along real nice. We're almost done. I did hit this part with the iron, so I'm a little bummed about that, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. You shouldn't be that close to me anyway. So now I'm just going to zigzag the edges. This is going to be real interesting because this is going to be tight in here, but hey, however it comes out is how it comes out, and we'll be good. So I'm going to zigzag the edges, and then we will be done. So I'm gonna just say this took a whole 2 hours to finish. So with this part and then the front unity part, it was a good 3 hours sewing in zigzags, but in the end it was all worth it, and I love how it came out. But y'all, I'm gonna tell you, my back was hurting at the end. Like, I was ready to be done. I was ready to be done. But when I took that hoodie off of the sewing machine, like, so much pride rushed over me. You have no idea. Like, words couldn't explain how proud I am. How proud I am to be Black. How proud I am to be a Black woman, about how this came out. How proud I am of the work I put into this. Just how proud I am to wear it and love it, and just proud, like Black pride. I mean, come on now. If you like this video and you liked how I was able to incorporate my history, my Black history, my pride into my style, into this DIY, go out and check the video in the corner. There's tips on how you can add your interests and hobbies into your own style so you can personalize your style and comfortably stand out with confidence. Until next time, happy Black History Month, stay safe, and keep designing your best life. Bye!